right. Here we are, guys. I haven't done a live stream for a while, a live coding challenge for a while, just because I've been busy at work. Busy actually working. It's great. Um, but today, I should turn off my notifications when I do this. Oh well. At least you can't see them. But today I did a successful demo of I've been working on a React Native app for work from scratch by myself, and I did a demo today with the CEO, and she loved it, and we're gonna deploy it quite soon. So I'm excited. I feel like celebrating by doing an algorithm challenge. How about that? um, and I'm not nervous about this because even if I can't do a single algorithm and fail everything, it doesn't matter because I know how to build native apps and deploy them. It's just excellent and wonderful. Um, so here we go. What am I going to do here? Filling an array, part 1. Where's part 2? There must be more parts, but I'll start with part 1. Arrays. I figured this out early on, is that I'm much stronger with array methods than with object methods, which technically arrays are a kind of object. So anyway, JavaScript is funny. So filling an array, we want an array, but not just any old array, an array with contents. Sounds good. Write a function that produces an array with the number 0 to n1 in it, n-1. For example, why would it be n-1 instead of just n? Let's see. For example, n-1. I was thinking that was a hyphen, but it's a -1. Okay. For example, the following code will result in an array containing the numbers 0 to 4. Okay, so they pass in 5, and they get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which are basically the index numbers of the array. Okay, sounds good. Well, that's it. n-1, 0 to n-1. Okay, that's it. I could cheat by just passing in the index number because that's how the indices are decided. It starts at 0 and goes to 4, but let's just do it. All right. A function, const array n. Seriously, wait. Are they seriously... Oh, no. Yeah, are they seriously naming the function r? That cannot be. I do not like that. And then n. I do not like this naming convention at all. That is going to be confused. You don't name a function array. That is really confusing. How about we want an array? So let's call it create array. I think function should always sound like verbs, like actions, because that's what they're doing. They're doing some kind of action. Yeah, and then n is the parameter. Okay, and then I'm making a function just like it wants me to. Function. Wait, what's that song? Conjunction, what's your function? I'm just way too happy right now. I'm very happy. It's Friday. I had a successful demo. I figured out how to deploy an in-house app through iOS. iOS is super complicated. They make everything so hard. But anyway, that's what I've been struggling with the past few days, just reading all these articles and whatever. So anyway, I'm going to create this array, this function thing, but it's just so great being able to do this for fun instead of having any pressure to succeed at all. Okay, so, and I'm going to return an array. Oh, is it? I don't know if I can change the name. I don't know if I can change the name of the function because their tests are going to be all named R. So it'll probably fail the test if I change it. All right, fine. I will keep your naming convention. Sounds okay to me. Okay, So let's call the array numR. There we go. numR sounds good to me. I'm not going to make it a const because I want to alter it. There we go. So I'm going to say n. You could do a for loop going 1 through n. Or say for each number in the array, let's do a for loop. This is like, these algorithms are the only time I ever use for loops. Like, I don't think I've ever used it in any actual code I've written. I don't think I've ever used a for loop in a project or anything. It's only in algorithms that I ever use for loops. Isn't that strange? Yeah, it's kind of strange. But they're handy. They're handy for stuff like this. Like, yeah, there's always another way of doing it though. Like, even after I write this for loop, I'm going to realize, oh, I could have just used this method, you know, but whatever. Hi guys. Thanks for sharing my celebration, my victory. This is my victory celebration right now, is for work. Let's see if I even remember how to do a for loop. For let I equals 0, and you do a semicolon. If I can do this from memory without having to look up a for loop, that'll be a miracle. For let I equals 0, because that's going to be the first instance. No, capital N. They made it a capital N. N dot length. No, because it's not an array. Wait a minute. As long as it's less than N. Less than N. For I is less than N. I'm going to say I plus plus. Okay, so that means it's going to start at 0. It's going to start at 0, and then it's basically going to count up till it gets to N. Wrist stretches. And then I plus plus. Oh, I got to get rid of that space. I wonder if that space makes a difference. It probably does. When you want to increment something, probably a space there would not be good. Let's see. Okay, so so as long as I is less than N, it's going to keep going until it reaches N, which is 5. Okay, and then for each one, I'm going to say I minus 1 and push that to number array. So I minus 1, numR dot push I minus 1. Now, I don't want to start at 0 then. I want to start at 1. So I equal 1. So it's going to start at 1, which means the first one will be 0. And then it's going to end at 5. Or, I mean, in this case, if it's a 5. And then it's going to push 4. So I think that'll do it. Return numR. Numar. Okay. I could even do this fancy. I could even make this an empty array just so we know that what type that variable is. Okay, I'm not going to save it because that's not what you do here. What do I do? Oh yeah, I test. Oh, I failed one. What have I got here? Oh, I see. You should return a blank array when called with no arguments. This should be a blank array here then. Oh, wait, I passed that one. Wait, this one is the one I failed. Should return 0 to 3 when called with 4. So what did I get? Got 0, 1, and 2 instead of 0, 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I got a hint. I got a hint from a viewer. The less than symbol. When less than or equal to n. Is that what we're talking about? Let's see if that did it. I like hints. Yay! Thank you! You got it. High five. All right, let's attempt it. See if I actually pass all the tests. I passed. Woohoo! Correctamundo. I like that. Refactor and comment on my solution? No. I mean, what I could do is say, what could I have done differently that was easier? That's why I like to look at the actual solutions. Oh, I'll submit. And then I'll look at the solutions to see what other people have come up with. There's always something super concise and efficient that's at the top here usually. But let's see. So this person started at 0 and did a less than. Yep, that works too. And they did push I instead of I minus 1. Okay, so it's the same result, but they're just starting at 0. So that's another way of doing it. Yep. Oh, wow, they did something fancy. Array from length n. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Ooh, I could learn something new if I looked up from. Oh, now here's, excuse me. So if n exists, okay, if they pass something, in other words, then you're going to do this, otherwise you're going to return an empty array. So they did a conditional here. You're going to spread array, in other words, create an array, n dot keys. Interesting, key value pairs. Oh my goodness, people are coming up with very fancy ideas here. Oh, and what did this person do? This person's just crazy and has too much time on their hands. What the heck? Oh, and then this person did the same thing. You know what? I'm going to look up this from thing because what? I'm going to learn something new here. Okay. Array from, okay, so here's what we're doing. Creates a new shallow copied array instance from an array-like or iterable object. So here they have an example, just like the ones we saw. So here's the array, I suppose. Oh, or look at this one. A string is an array-like object, I suppose. Array-like or iterable object. So basically saying create an array from foo. And then look at that, it made an array from foo. Now create an array from 1, 2, 3. My question is, what's the second argument here? Parameters. The array-like or iterable object to convert into array is the first parameter. Then a map function to call on every element of the array, okay. And then value to use as this when executing map function. So let's see this example up here again. Oh, this doesn't have the third parameter though. This just has the function here. I see. So here's the array-like object here, and then here is instance, and here's the function to call on each thing, which is 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3. Okay, so let me look back at these from things here. An object, so here's the instance. They're making an object with a key value pair, which is length and n. Let's say n is 5. So the property is length, and the value is, the key is length, value is 5. And then the function they call, they've got two different parameters. This is really weird. I don't quite get it, guys. Okay, this guy doesn't use a blank space. Maybe that makes more sense to me. They're doing the same thing. Here's the parameters of a function. This is the function here. Length, and then whatever number it is. I don't get it. Does anyone get it? I don't get it. I don't get how that works. I get the from thing, like this is making sense to me, but I don't quite understand what they're doing. Anyway, should we try another one? I don't quite get it. I could go through more of these examples here. Here's a function, array from arguments. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. And they already had this example. Ah, here we go. Here's an example we want to see here. This is what they're doing. Okay. Generate a sequence of numbers. Since the array is initialized with undefined on each position, the value of v below will be undefined. Okay, so that's undefined. So they're just returning a sequence of numbers. Since the array is initialized with undefined on each position, the value of v below will be undefined. Yeah, it's undefined. And then length 5. So maybe this is just a built-in thing. I mean, yeah, this must just be a built-in thing with this array.from method where you can pass in length and then say 5 or whatever it is. Like here's another example with length. This must just be a built-in thing because logically, in terms of objects, I don't understand how that would work. So it must just be built in. So here's another example here. Start, stop, step. Length. Stop minus start divided by step plus 1. Okay, I don't even need to look at that. Whatever. Okay, well, some smart people knew about that. I shouldn't say smart people, I should say more experienced and knowledgeable people knew about the from method and that capability that it has. So there you go. Good job, guys. But I think it's interesting that the first one was very similar to mine because usually the first one is like something super fancy like this. Anyway, that was fun. I did an array. I did an array. I did an algorithm for the first time in a long time. I could try another one. Yeah, I have enough energy for another one. Let's do another one. This is fun. Train again. Wait, I just clicked the wrong button here. Wait, kata. I'm still doing the easy ones. The falling speed of petals. That sounds interesting. I don't want a long one. Okay. In spring, Japanese cherry blossom. Sakura. I know that word. Sakura. There's some company or something named Sakura, because that really rings a bell. It's admired a lot. The petals start to fall in late April. Suppose the falling speed of a petal is 5 centimeters per second, and it takes 80 seconds for the petal to reach the ground from a certain branch. Write a function. Is it a windy day? Write a function that receives the speed of a petal as input. Let's imagine it's happening on the moon. Okay, it's on the moon, so there's no friction or wind or anything. Except I suppose the falling speed would be different on the moon, but that's okay. Moon-like conditions on Earth. I'm just being silly. Sorry. I'm not sorry. It's good to be silly. Write a function that receives the speed of a petal as input. We're receiving the speed as input. I see. And returns the time it takes for that petal to reach the ground from the same branch. The movement of the petal is complicated. We can see the velocity as constant during its falling. That's why I said moon conditions. Pay attention to the data types. Did you say data or data? I think it's supposed to be data, but when I say that, I think of the Star Trek character, so I just say data instead. If the initial velocity is non-positive, the return value should be 0. Yeah, you can't have negative velocity. That's not a thing. I was too busy. Sakura. Oh my goodness. What? Why is that? Why is that so familiar? Oh, it's a Japanese restaurant. That's why. Yep. Sakura is a Japanese restaurant. That's why it rings a bell. I've seen it driving by or something. Okay. So I need to understand what they're asking here. I'm going to get the speed of the falling. See, I thought I was going to have to calculate the speed, so I'm already taken back. You receive the speed of a pedal, and I want to return the time it takes for that pedal to reach the ground from the same branch. Okay. So I'm going to receive the speed, and I want to calculate the time. And it's 5 centimeters per second. Wait. Oh, no. I'm going to receive this, and I'm going to output this. That's right. Okay, so this is going to be the centimeters per second, and that's going to be how long it takes. This is going to be 7. And then if it's negative, I'm going to return 0. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So first of all, the first condition is easy. If v is negative, I want to return 0. Let's just say let seconds. I'm just going to initialize the variable right away so I remember what I'm returning and everything. Okay, so if v is less than 0, no, I'm going to just return seconds equals 0. I'm just doing all sorts of things. I'm going to just say return seconds at the very end here. I made a mobile app, yay! That's like the only thing I'm thinking about right now. I'm just like, oh, I'm just so happy. Okay, so basically if v is less than 0, seconds is going to equal 0, and then at the very end I'm going to return seconds. Okay, great. Yeah, and then I could just return 0 because all I have to do is return. I don't even necessarily need a variable. But anyway, I'm just going to keep going. Okay. So elsewise, what else is going to happen here? I may as well make an if-else statement. Why not? Else. If else. And I don't have prettier on this, so I have to make it pretty myself. I love prettier. I can't believe it took me so long to install it on VS Code to make my code pretty. So much time wasted putting in semicolons and spacing. Okay. Oh, right, I can make a larger thing. Why am I staring at this tiny little screen? Oh, wait, I kind of need to... I'm receiving the velocity, and I want to see how long it takes from a certain bit. Suppose you get the speed, the time it takes from the same branch, centimeters per second, because it's a pedal. See, I don't know how high it is. I don't know how high the branch is, but I don't need to. Don't I need to know how high the branch is? I have the speed. So like in the example, 5 centimeters per second, and it takes 80 seconds. So from that, I can calculate how high the branch is, right? Oh, are they saying from the same branch as this example? Okay, so from this, I can calculate the height of the branch. Okay, I think that's what they're saying, because I need to know the height of the branch. I need to know the height of the branch, right? Because otherwise I can't figure out how long it'll take to fall. Okay, so first I have to calculate the height of the branch, which is 5 centimeters per second, and it takes 80 seconds. So it's 5 times 80, which is 400, right? Am I right? 5 times 80 is 40, 400. So it's 400 centimeters. I'm going to write that down. I hope that's what it is, because otherwise calculations are going to be off. I need to know the height of the branch to know how long it's going to take. Yeah, so it should be 400 centimeters. Bye-bye. Okay, so now I'm going to get the velocity, and then I can calculate how long it'll take to fall. Now I got what I need here. I need to know how high it is. Okay, so velocity is such and such, however, centimeters per second. So I need to have, I'm doing it in the air here, centimeter over second, and I'm going to have, and I have centimeters. So it's times 400 centimeters. And that'll give me seconds, right? V times 400. Okay, I think that's right. Math. Math. Okay, let's test this out here. Oh man. Hey, I passed the value equals 0. Yay for if statements. I got 2,000? Oh, right, I should have looked at the test cases. Okay. Now, 5 should take 80. Velocity, wait. I need to write this down. I'm terrible at visualizing things in my head. I really am. I'm bad. I have to write things down and look at things. So I get into this problem in actual conversations with other developers. They're trying to explain something to me, and I can't visualize what they're saying. So I'm just like, can you show me, please? Or can I like draw a picture? Okay, so velocity, centimeters over seconds. And then here I have centimeters. Okay, so, and I want seconds. So I have to divide by 400. Is that what I want? That's not, no. Because check this out. This is V times 4, and this is V times 8. So something's really wrong with what I'm doing here. Ugh, math. Well, it's past 8 o'clock, so I'm just gonna check out the solutions, okay? Show me the solutions. Something's really wrong with my mental math here. It really is. So there's the 400. Oh, instead of divided by 400, it should be 400 divided by that. Okay. That's what I was missing. Okay. See, they just did a ternary operator here to see if it's greater than 0. Otherwise, return 0. That's simpler than an if-else statement, definitely. So did this guy. That's good. 400 divided by V. And this is what I was saying. I don't need a variable. I just need to return a number. You know, I don't have to necessarily divide it. This is, that was nice. Naming things really help. I mean, like, look at that. That makes so much sense just looking at it. Yeah. And even calling this velocity instead of V, you could, code, you should name things so that people who are reading your code should understand what's happening even if they don't know how to code, basically. Like, this makes sense. Time equals distance to ground divided by velocity. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Now I know the solution. Here we go. It's actually 400 divided by V. I had it a little backwards. Test, attempt. There we go. Oh! Ah! Got infinity! Ah! That's not good. If it's less than 0, less than, oh wait, or equal to 0, I suppose. Yeah, because you can't divide anything by 0, of course. Okay, there we go. All right, did it. Little math lesson for everyone. Don't divide things by 0. All right, this was fun, guys. This is super fun. I'm gonna do these more. Maybe every Friday. I kind of feel like doing a live thing. So we'll see if I do it next Friday again too. But super happy about my app for work, and so this was like a little celebration. So thanks for coming. How do I do this again? Oh yeah, end stream.